Hey kids, welcome to Unit 7, Lesson 5, Overriding Methods, exercise number 5. We're going to go ahead and do C, game progress. This is actually a really fun one. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what we have to code. A game wants to implement a system that saves the game progress based on a user's profile. We're going to write the save method in the game class to save the progress of the game. The method should call the private method save the string to return the version of the saved game. Then we're going to write the save method in the guest game class that overrides the save method. This method should call the private method create profile to create a new user profile. We'll then call the superclass, and that's a big hint there, save method to return the version of the saved game. In the game runner class, then we're going to create several game and game guest objects and call the save method for each object. Over here in game, we have two instance variables, a string profile and int save version. We have one constructor, takes the profile, save version, starts off at 0. We have to write the method save here. And then we have some strings, save to string, get profile, and set profile. Over here in guest game, we're extending game. We have the public guest game, which is just supering the constructors from over the game class. A spot to write our save method over here. And then the create profile we have to reference within our method. Not too bad. Let's go over to game. Let's take a look at the code. We're going to write the save method to save the game. The method should call the private method, save the string right here. This creates a new save string, which is the profile and the save version. Every time you create a new one, the save version increases. So we have a new version number, very smart. And return the save string variable we created. What's this going to look like? Well, this is going to be a public method. So we need a public identifier. String is going to be a save. Everything here is a string. It's going to be called save. And in here, we need to return the private method save the string. So we're just going to do save to string. Well, that's it. Whenever we call the game class, it's going to come down here, create a profile, and save version. Now we're going to override that method using the same exact method signature as we did here. Remember, all overriding is just overriding the method signature to do something else. We did this a ton back in Unit 2 with the toString method. Instead of returning some object gibberish, we returned a string that was more helpful. Same theory here. And a great reason to do this is you only have to remember one method. One method across multiple classes. Let's go write that in the next class. We have guest games. We have to write the save method here. We need the same exact method signature, so we need public string. We're going to call it save. Do our quotes there. Now we have to reference this create profile method down here. So we are going to create profile anytime this method is called. And then we want to call the superclasses method as well. And if we look over here, save will go down here to save the string. We want access to that. How do we do that? Much like we did back in Unit 1, we're just going to go super and save. Now over here, we need to return something. Don't forget that. So we need to return super.save. And the super is just getting that profile and version number from the superclass game. We have to test this out still. Let's go over to game runner. We have to create two objects here. Let's do game. We'll just call it game equal new game. Call this Mr. Rhodes. Then we'll do one from the guest game class. We'll just call it guest. That'll equal a new guest game. Let's print these out. System.out.println. Do another statement here first, so we know we spelled it right. Down here, we're going to call from the game class, we're going to call that save method. And then from the guest game, we want to call the same method. On this one, we'll call that game method, will give us the profile and the version number. Then we call the guest, we're going to get that. And we're going to create profile, which will give the guest a random number. Well, let's see what we spelled wrong, kids. Ooh. Guest 176.0. Let's see if our random number works again. 744. And this is just a great example of overriding is and using the super method. We had a method save. We used it between two classes. Our guest game inherited from the parent class game, and we used the super keyword to get access to all of the methods in the save class from game. Definitely probably something you might see on the FRQ. Hopefully this video helped you understand overriding methods a little better. As always, kids, if you have any questions, come see me. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. See you later, kids. Bye, bye, bye.